Hi everybody, I'm Elizabeth. Welcome back to my patio. I believe this is my 14th COVID-19 practice with you, and I think that this evening we're going to do a few back bends. So let's start on the mat, and we'll get centered, rocking a little bit from side to side until you find your sitting bones. Let your hands rest on your knees, take the shoulders up with an inhale, and exhale, drop the shoulders down your back, and just start to get centered. Let your breath move into your lower belly. Soften your ribs and let your shoulders drop down your back with every exhale. Bring your hands together at the heart. Inhale here and bow toward your fingertips with your exhale, and find the intention to guide your practice tonight. Seal your intention to your heart. Take your hands down to your knees and roll your shoulders back as you lift your chin and chest. Open your eyes. Welcoming yourself to your practice. Set your left hand down next to your hips and reach up with the right arm. Drop that shoulder in and then just take a little lean over to your left. Deep stretch there on the right side of your ribs. Pull the right shoulder back and look up toward your arm. Come back to center and we'll do the other side. Drop the right hand, lift the left arm up, plug that shoulder down and in, and curl over to your right. Then draw the left shoulder back, turn to look up at your left arm. Come back to center. And then take a simple twist to your left, placing your right hand on the left knee, left hand behind you. Sit up tall and revolve with your exhale, just applying a little bit of pressure of the right hand against the leg. Unwind back to center. And then take the same twist to the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Pull the right shoulder back. Inhale. And exhale to twist. Unwind, back to center. And then come over onto hands and knees. We'll do a few cat and cow tilts to warm up the lower back. Hands below your shoulders, knees below your hips. Tuck your toes under for stability. Then with an inhale, take the tailbone up and the heart forward. Exhale to round your back. Tuck your chin, arch the back up high. Inhale, come forward. And exhale to round. Just keep working back and forth like that. And soften everything up, letting your spine be a little more fluid. And connecting the movement of your back to the movement of your breath. On your next inhale, come to a flat back. Keeping your hips up over the knees, lower to your forearms, and walk your chest a little closer to the floor. Start to soften your shoulder blades so that your heart can drop a little bit. And then begin to walk yourself forward into a puppy dog pose. And begin to sink your chest a little closer to the floor. Walk yourself back to your forearms and step back with both feet to forearm plank. Then drop your hips and bring your chest forward, coming into Sphinx pose. Let your shoulders roll down the back. Soften up all the big muscles, your glutes, your quads, and let your lower back drop. Retuck your toes, come up to your knees, bend to your hands, and lift your hips for downward facing dog. And in your first downward dog, you're always welcome to move around. You can pedal out your heels, sway your hips a little from side to side, and take the adjustments you need if you want to reposition your hands and feet until you feel like you're kind of in your home base. Look toward your hands and take a couple steps up to forward bend. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold. With soft knees, rise up. Reach your arms up, taking a little back bend at the top. Exhale and pull your hands to the heart. Inhale and circle the arms. Exhale and fold forward all the way down. Inhale for a long back. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees and step back to plank. Set the knees down. Lower your chest between your hands and then scoop up into a little cobra pose, keeping just your shoulders off the mat, your chest up off the mat. Resting on the tips of your ribs, you don't need any weight in your hands at all. Press down into your feet and your knees. Tuck your toes, press up first to your knees, and then straighten your legs, lift your hips, and walk back to downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Soften your knees and rise up. Reach up, little back bend at the top. And exhale, hands to your head. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, and fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, and step back, plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest. Roll up into a little cobra, higher this time, keeping the elbows bent and your forearms mostly back, so your upper arms hug your rib cage. Lower back down. Tuck the toes, push up to your knees first. Bend straight legs, lift your hips, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and bow. Soften your knees and rise up. Reach up, little back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Take your feet a little wider than hip distance apart, maybe shoulder distance apart. And bring your hands to the back of your sacrum. So you got your thumbs there on the back of that big, flat, bony part of your lower back. Tuck your hips under, roll the shoulders back, and pick up your chest. Look up. Let your shoulders sort of drop down and press the waist forward with your thumbs. Release and come back up. Twist to your right and place your right hand on the back of your right leg. Lean into that a little bit and extend your left arm. Then drop the shoulder in, turn, and look up. You can bring your left hand to the back of your head and lean into it a little. Reach up and come back up to standing. Retuck your hips so you get really strong, tight quads. Turn to your left. Place your left hand against the back of the left leg and reach up with your right arm. Twist so that you face the center. Drop your right shoulder in and lean some weight into your left hand. You can take your right hand behind your head and then look up. Let your right hand sort of cradle the back of your head. Reach up and release. Bring your feet back below your hips. And inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, long back. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. You can set your knees down if you like, or you can lower down with straight legs all the way to your chest. Inhale, lift into cobra pose, nice and high. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come up to your toes, extend your right leg up behind you. On the exhale, pull your right knee below your chest and place your right foot between your hands. You can use padding for your left knee if you like, and set your left knee to the mat. On your inhale, rise up, half crescent. On your exhale, sink into the hips a little, and then draw the shoulders back. Bring both of your hands to the back of your head, and then lean back into it. Reach up, take your hands down, straighten your left leg, and step back, downward facing dog. Come back to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, pull that knee below your chest, and place the left foot between your hands. Lower your right knee using padding if you like it. On your inhale, rise up, half crescent. On your exhale, lower the hips, soften the shoulders, and take your hands to the back of your head as you lift up your chest and lean into it. Reach back up, take the hands down, straighten your right leg, and step back, downward dog. Stay here, take a child's pose, or inhale to plank, exhale down, inhale to cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. With soft knees, roll up, reach up, and exhale, hands to your heart. Take the feet as wide as the mat, a little wider than you had them last time. Tuck your hips under, get really firm quads, roll the shoulders back, and lift up your chest. Press the hips forward. You can either stay here with the hands on your hips, or you can extend the arms up and bring the hands to the back of your head. Lean back into it a little. Strong quads are the key to this back bend, so you want to keep pushing the hips forward a little bit, lifting up the chest, and so you pull upward from the center part of your back, letting your belly expand and your chest broaden. So you get a little bit higher and a little bit wider, and let your hands support your head. Release, and then come back to center. Heel toeing your feet below your hips again. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold down. On your inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale back to your toes, right leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Soften the left knee a little bit and rise up for full crescent. When you're upright, you can straighten the back leg and sink into it a little more, getting your right knee mostly over the ankle. Then again, take your elbows back, hands to the back of your head, and look up. And here you get this big stretch into the iliopsoas. So all the way here from the top of the quad, up the hip, into the belly. Reach back up and take the hands down. Step back to downward dog. Come back up to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Soften your right knee a little bit and come up. Then when you're upright, you can straighten the back leg, lower your hips into the lunge a little bit more. And then broaden your chest, take the hands to the back of your head, and lift up. Reach up, bring the hands back to the floor, and step back, downward dog. Stay here, take your child's pose, or inhale to plank, exhale down, inhale for cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, exhale and bow. Soften your knees and rise up, reach up, and exhale, hands to your heart. Step your feet wide and turn the toes out about 45 degrees. Tuck the hips under again, roll the shoulders back, pick up your chest, look up, and on your exhale, send your hips back and bow forward into a forward fold. Bring your hands to the floor, or if your hands don't touch the floor very easily, you can use blocks below your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale again, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale again to a flat back. Bend your left knee and bring your left shoulder to the inside of that knee. A little side lunge here. Inhale to pick up. And then exhale, take it over to the right so that your right shoulder comes to the inner knee, starting to stretch into the left inner thigh this time. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the left shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, right shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the left side. This time sort of pick up your right toes and see if you can sink into the hip a little bit, enough that you can pick your hands up to your heart. And if that's too much, just keep the hands down. Hands down to the mat. Walk yourself over to the other side. Take that same deep lunge. And bring your hands to the heart. Lifting up your chest if you can. If not, then take the hands to the floor. That's fine. Hands back down. Pick up your hips. Spiral on the ball of the back foot and walk around to a high lunge here. Using padding for your left knee if you like it, lower your left knee to the floor. Inhale up, half crescent. Sink into the hips, broaden the shoulders, pick up the chest, hands to the back of your head and lean into it. Reach back up and take the hands down. Straighten the back leg, walk around, and come into the same low lunge on the other side using padding for your right knee if you like it. Inhale up, half crescent. And then exhale, sink the hips low. Take the shoulders back, picking up the chest, hands to the back of your head, and lean back. Reach up, take the hands back down. Straighten your right leg, walk back around to that wide leg forward bend, turning your toes to face the long edge of the mat. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and fold. Keep a little bit of space between the top of your head and the floor. So if your feet are really wide and you can take your head all the way down, bring the feet closer so that you get a little air below your head. Inhale to pick back up. Walk back around to face the top of your mat, then step back to downward dog. Stay here. Take child's pose or inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale cobra, nice and high. Exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale to bow. With soft knees, rise up. Reach up, little back bend at the top. And exhale, hands to your heart. Take your weight into your left foot. Sort of sink into it a little bit there and pick the right knee up. With your right hand, reach for the outside of your ankle and pull that foot back behind your hip. Roll the shoulders back again, opening across the chest, and take your left hand back behind you to find that same ankle, and hold on there. Lift up the chest a little bit more, and get a nice tight pull on your right heel so that it comes very close to your right hip. I'll turn around for the other side so you can see what it looks like from the back. Release and set that right foot down. Now, other side. Take the weight into your right foot, full softness in that knee, pick the left knee up, hold on to the ankle and pull it back behind you. Take a tuck in the hips and then roll the right shoulder back so you can reach back and take hold of that same ankle. Pull the shoulders closer together, lift up your chest, and draw your left heel closer to the body. Let go and set the left foot down. Shake your legs out a little bit and we'll try it again on each side. This time we'll kick into it a little bit more. Bring your weight back into that left foot and pick the right knee up, holding on to the ankle. Draw the foot back behind you again. Roll the right shoulder back and take the left hand back so that you can take hold of the ankle. This time squeeze the shoulder blades together and then start to kick away from the body, lifting your right knee up a little bit and pitch forward slightly. Come back up, let go, and set the right foot down. Same thing on the other side. Take the weight into your right foot. Left knee comes up. Draw that ankle back. Bring the left shoulder in. Right hand comes back behind you to hold. Keep the chest nice and broad. Flex into your left ankle if you like, and then start to kick away as you pitch forward a little bit, lifting your left heel away from the body. Come back up and set it down. Returning to the top of your mat, inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees, step back, plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, up to your toes, right leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Lower your left heel, take the hands over to your right. Inhale here, long spine. Exhale and bow into it a little bit, bringing your right shoulder into the knee. Sink into the hips a little bit. And then pick up your left toes, dropping into that left inner thigh again. Bring the hands up to the heart. And if you lose your balance here, you can just bring your hands right back down to the floor. Lever your right knee open a little bit more using your right elbow. Take the hands down, spiral back into the lunge, and then step back, downward dog. Walk your hands back toward the back of your mat. Inhale here for a long spine. Exhale and fold. Rise up, reach up, and exhale, hands to your heart. To do the other side, turn to face the other end of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and fold. Soften your knees, step back to plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come up to your toes, extend the left leg up. Exhale and come through, high lunge, left side. Drop your right heel, walk your hands around to the right edge of your mat. Inhale, little lift. And exhale, bring that left shoulder into the inner knee. And maybe you can take your elbows all the way down, but if you can't, don't worry about it. Just keep your fingertips to the floor. You're mostly interested in sinking here into the hips and the right inner thigh. Start to spiral on your right heel and bring yourself back into that really low lunge. This is Skandasana. Picking the hands up to the heart. And if you need a little higher on this side, that's fine. Hands down, pick yourself back up, walk back into the lunge, and push back, downward dog. Inhale to plank, exhale down. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale, long back. Exhale to fold. And inhale to rise up. Reach up, little back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Turn back toward the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, soften your knees, step back, plank. Center your left foot and bring your right toes on top. Turn your elbow creases forward, push forward on your toes a little bit, and then bring your chest down, but keep your hips up. Really strong legs. Squeeze the elbows in, pull the low belly in, and press up. Take the right toes down, left toes on top, elbow creases forward, pitch forward a little, rocking on the toes, and lower your chest. Keep the hips up, air under the low belly. Strong abs, strong legs, and press up. Push back to downward dog. Inhale to your toes, right leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Lower the left heel and come up for warrior two, opening to the long edge of your mat. Pull the left hip back, tuck in the hips, sinking into the lunge. Turn the gaze over your right hand. Lower your left hand and reach up with the right. Sink into the reverse warrior here. bending into your right knee a little bit more to get a deeper lunge. Take the hands down and return to downward dog. Inhale to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Drop the left heel, rise up for warrior two. Open up the right hip, a little tuck, and then sink into it, dropping into the lunge a little bit more by bending the left knee. Get really strong in your legs, pulling the low belly in, and then reverse, lifting the left arm up and dropping the right. Bring the hands back down and return to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. With soft knees, rise up, reach up, and exhale, hands to the heart. Bring the weight back into your left foot, and we'll take our dancer pose again. Weight on the left side, a little softness in the left knee. Pick the right knee up, hold onto your ankle, bring the foot behind you. Roll the shoulder back. This time, flex your right ankle, and then extend your left arm up. You can either stay here, or you can pitch forward a little bit and kick your right foot up and away from you as you lean over, lowering your chest slightly, and picking up your right foot. Release and come up, set the right foot down, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Weight in the right foot, softness in that knee, left knee comes up, hold on to the ankle, pull it back behind you, and then extend your right arm. A little flex in your left foot, and then carefully, oops, sorry, I just lost my balance because I'm standing on a twig. I'm going to try it again. So weight back there in the right side, left knee up, and we'll try it again. Extend the right arm up, flex the left ankle, and then you have the option to pitch forward, kicking your left foot up behind you a little bit more. Rise back up, and release to set the left foot down. Come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, float down. Keep the back nice and flat, hinging from your hips. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back, plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale the cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale to your toes, extend the right leg up. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and stack the hip. Push that right foot over to your left. Level up your shoulders and open up the top of your right hip. Come back to center. Keep a flex going in that right ankle. Come forward to three-legged plank. Push that foot upward. Lower your chest. Keep the kick. And then press up and back to downward dog. Come back up to your toes, left leg up this time. Bend the knee, flex the foot, stack the hip. Open up on top of your left hip this time. And level up the shoulders. So if your right shoulder wants to dip, pull the right shoulder up. Back to center. Keep flex going in that left foot. Forward to three-legged plank. Drop the chest. Press up and back. Downward dog. Look forward, walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Soft knees, roll up. Reach up, little back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, circle the arms. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, soften your knees, step back to plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to your toes, extend your right leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Using padding for your left knee if you like it, bring the left knee down. And then bring your right elbow up onto the knee, left hand to the hip. Keep your hips fairly low. And then we're going to kind of sink the hips toward the front of the mat. You're welcome to walk your right foot forward if that makes it easier. Roll your left shoulder back. And look up, sinking into that hip. Then sweep the right arm up. You're welcome to take the right hand to the back of your head if that gives you a little extra support. A really deep lunge. Reach up, take the right hand down, left hand down, straighten the left leg and press back, downward dog. Come back to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Drop the right knee. And then sink the hips a little bit lower than you would normally. And bring your left elbow to the knee. Keeping the hips low, maybe walk the left foot forward a bit. Bring your right hand to the hip. Sort of ease into it. See if you can open up the chest like there's a string from your sternum pulling it upward. And then you have the option to lift the left arm. And you can either keep the arm extended or take the hand to the back of your head. Reach up, left hand down, right hand down. Straighten the right leg and push back, downward dog. Stay here, take a child's pose, or inhale to plank, exhale down, inhale for cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale to fold. With soft knees, rise up. Reach up, little back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. Soften your knees, step back to plank. Here in plank, turn the tops of your feet over so you're resting on the toes. And then draw your hips down and forward, pulling your chest in front of your upper arms. You notice you still have space under your legs. This is upward facing dog. Lift your hips and exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale to your toes, extend the right leg up. Bend the knee, flex the foot, stack the hip. Press that foot over and look at your left hand. Then drop your right foot and sweep up, reach it back, do the wild thing. Again, you can take the hand to the back of your head if you want more support. Look down, flip over, downward dog. Come up to your toes, left leg up, bend the knee, flex the foot, stack the hip, press it over to your right. Look at your right hand, and then drop your left foot and pick up, lifting up into wild thing. Hand can stay extended or come to the back of your head. Look down and flip over. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and bow. Soften your knees, rise up. Reach up, little back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, arms back up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees, step back with your left foot coming to your high lunge again. Take padding for your left knee if you like it, and then bring that knee all the way down. With your hands forward and the weight of your chest on your right knee, pick your left your left foot up and pull it up toward your hip. Reach back with your left hand and find that angle. Pull it in close to the hip, just like you did in your dancer pose. And then start to drop the hips toward your front foot. Then pick up your right elbow to the knee. Roll that left shoulder back. And you can either keep the foot kicking into the left hand like this with a flex in the ankle, or you can try to pull it in and bring that foot into your elbow. And that'll be a really intense quad stretch. Option here is to extend the right arm. Bring the right elbow back down, let go of your back foot, hands to the mat, and then step forward, lifting your left leg up behind you. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and pull. Set the left foot down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. And send the right foot back behind you. Setting up padding for your right knee this time if you like it. Sink a little more weight forward so your shoulder rests on your knee. And press the hips closer to the floor. Then pick up the back foot and pull it in close to your hip. Reach back for it with your right hand, take hold. And a little tug. And then sink the hips back down. Bring your left elbow up to the knee. And you can either flex into that and kick away, if that's better for you, or you can pull it up and in, walk it into your elbow, and extend the left arm. Release and set the hands down, drop the right foot, straighten the right leg and press back, downward dog. Stay here, take a child's pose or inhale to plank, exhale down, inhale cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Inhale to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, step through, high lunge. Walk the fingers forward a little bit and straighten your left leg. Pop up, lift the right leg up behind you. Inhale, lift the back. Exhale and fold. And set your right foot down. Inhale again, long spine. Exhale and bow. Soften your knees and rise up. Reach up, open up the chest. Big back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, swing the arms up. Exhale, float forward, all the way down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, and bow, forward bend. Soften your knees, step back with your left foot. Walk your right foot over toward your left hand, maybe all the way over to the edge of the mat even, and then drop your right knee behind the right hand. Set your left knee down, and you can use padding if you prefer. And start to settle into a pigeon pose here. If you need to modify this to be a little more gentle, you can pull this foot closer into the body, sort of bring it below your left hip. So there's a tighter angle on the knee, it's a lot less demanding on the hip. Roll the shoulders back and pick up your chest. You have the option, if you like, to use blocks. So you can bring your back knee forward a little bit, push up onto the blocks, get a little more height on your hips, if that's better for you. Look forward and bring your elbows down. Inhale to pick up your chest. Exhale and fold, lowering your chest over your front shin. On your inhale, pick back up. Draw the back knee forward and push back to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees and roll up. Reach up, little back bend or big back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, big circle. Exhale, float forward all the way down. Inhale, long back. Exhale, bow. Soften the knees, step back with the right foot. Walk your left foot over to your right hand or all the way to the edge of your mat. And then drop your left knee behind the left hand. Lower your right knee to the floor. And then start to sink into your hips. Again, you've got the option, if you prefer, to modify with blocks. And you may want a lot of height. You may want to pick yourself up quite a bit if it's tight on the left hip. Roll the shoulders back, pick up the chest. Pulling the shoulders in to let your heart lift. Look forward and bring your elbows down. Inhale to pick up your chest, and exhale to fold. On your inhale, pick back up, draw the right knee forward, and push back, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Soften your knees and roll up. Reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, circle up high. Exhale, float down. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Turn the tops of your feet over, coming into upward dog, dragging your hips toward your wrists and bringing your chest in front of the upper arms. Then drop your hips, walk down to your elbows, and find Sphinx pose. Relaxing all the big muscles in your legs. And then bring your chest down. And take your hands off to the side, picking your elbows up over your wrists. Resting on your fingertips, pull those shoulders back, and then pick up nice and high. Keep the shoulders out of your ears. Lower down to your chest. And then come back up onto your elbows. Take your left hand behind your right elbow, right hand off to the side, roll that shoulder back, and twist to look back at your feet. Bring your right foot up, reach back and take a hold of it, and give it a pull. Twist so that your chest faces the top of the mat again. Keep the left foot grounded and get a good stretch in your quad, pressing into your left elbow to get some height off your chest so you don't collapse down into that left forearm. Let go and bring your right elbow down. Same thing on the other side. Right hand comes behind your left elbow, left hand off to the side, pull the left shoulder back, twist a little bit to your left, look back over the shoulder and you'll find your foot. Pick it up, reach back and take hold of it. And then start to give it a pull, rotating the heel of your hand so that your fingers are over your toes and twist back toward the top of your mat. Press into the right elbow, keeping some height on your chest so you don't slump into it, but you rather get it nice and easy. Push the right foot down. And let go. Back to Sphinx pose. Relax your lower back. And then for our final back bend of our practice, we're going to move into bow pose, Dhanurasana. Take your chest down. And bring your hands back off to the side, rolling the shoulders back a little bit. Lean over to your left, look back, bend the foot, or bend the knee rather, and reach back to take hold. Hold on to the outside of your ankle. Same thing on the other side, look over to the right, bend the right knee, take hold. And so this may be as far as you get. Roll the shoulders back. Next step is to flex the ankles and keep the soles of the feet parallel to the ceiling, and then press up, lifting your chest with the force of your legs. Let the knees down. Let go. Bring your hands back below your shoulders. And then very carefully press yourself up into a tabletop. And just take a breath there to let your back bend go. For me anyway, back bends want to hang on for a while, so gotta give them a neutral spine for a minute to sort of release all of that muscular energy. Then thread your right arm below your left, taking your right shoulder down. Come back down to a revolved child's pose. Left hand off to the side, pull that shoulder back. And you can either stay here with your hand on the ground, or you can extend the left arm up. Left hand comes down, pick back up, and then thread your left arm below the right, taking the left shoulder down. Right hand comes off to the side, roll the right shoulder back. Stay here, or if you prefer, you can extend. Right hand down, press back up to your tabletop. Cross your ankles and tip back to seated. Extend your right leg forward and pull your left foot into the inner thigh. Square up the hips and then extend your arms. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, hinge forward and reach for your right foot. So this is a forward bend that's going to feel kind of weird after all of that back bending. So if you need to stay up a little higher because your back hasn't released the back bend yet, then by all means, stay up high, whatever feels best on your lower back. But if you can bring yourself lower, you could take a hold of the foot or the ankle, or even you could put a block around the back of your foot and hold on to the block if you want even more resistance. Inhale here for a little lift. Exhale and fold. Release and bring yourself back up. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Left foot forward, right foot comes in. Square up your hips. Extend the arms, reach up, big inhale. Exhale, reach forward. And find your ankle, your toes, your shin, wherever you want to hang on. Inhale again, little pick up. And exhale to bow. Slowly release and bring yourself back up to seated. And then bring both of your feet together, walking your hips however far back they feel they need to be in order to keep the lower back comfortable. Hold on to those ankles as you pick up the chest. Lean back a little. And on your exhale, start to lower your elbows to the inside of your knees. I need to walk my hips back a bit. Transition your grip so that you're holding onto your toes rather than your ankles. And then again, pull the chest forward. If you notice you're slumping back like this, then sit up a little higher. Inhale again, little lift. Exhale and lower. Maybe you can take your elbows to the outside of your shins, or you can bring them all the way down to the floor, wherever you feel the most comfortable opening in the inner thighs. Inhale again, little lift. Exhale and bow. And slowly pick up back to seated. Bring both of your feet flat to the floor and take your hips close to your heels and come down to your back. Bring your left knee into the chest, holding onto the shin. Extend your right leg out long on the mat and just let it rest. Pull that knee in so that you kind of hug your rib cage with it. So you use a lot of force. If you just leave it be, it's probably going to hang out here with some space between the knee and the chest. Compress that space and pull the knee in. Then take the knee a little bit wider and pull it in again. Flex that ankle. And release. Same thing on the other side. Bring the right knee in. Extend the left leg. Let the leg rest on the mat. Pull the knee in tight. So you take up all of that space between what would naturally occur here, the rib cage and the top of the leg. Pull it in. And then move it over a little bit more toward your right side, and then pull it in again, flexing your right ankle. And if you're holding on to your shin, you're going to feel the muscles on top of your shin bone activate when you flex that ankle. And release. Set that foot down and bring the left knee in again. Extend the right leg out long on the mat. This time, flex the ankle, pull the knee off to the left, and place your right hand on top of the hip or beside you. I'm going to leave mine on top of the hip. Reach up the inside of the leg and move that knee out to the left like you would in a cobbler's pose. Then pick up the heel and draw the knee down. Keep an anchor here with your hand against the hip so that you don't pick up and roll over to the left side. So we want to open up that left side of the body, taking a big stretch here and compressing into the left groin. And then you can either stay here in your half happy baby pose, or you can straighten that leg and extend it off to the side. Again, you got to keep that hand on the hip, otherwise you'll roll up. If you have the leg straight, bend the knee, bring the knee back up, and set it down. Same thing on the other side. Bring the right knee in, hold on, and extend your left leg. Move that right knee out to the right. Take the left hand on top of the left hip. Reach up the inside of the foot and flex your ankle so that you can pull down to the outside of the foot. Move that right knee a little bit more toward the right side. Then pick up the heel and give it a pull. This is half happy baby pose. And again, you can stay here if this is good for you, getting a good stretch in the thigh, getting a little compression in the groin, or you can straighten the leg and bring that foot all the way off to the right. Keep your left hand on the hip to guide your left hip down. To release, bend the knee, bring it back up, over the chest, and let go. Set the right foot down. And then extend both legs out long on your mat. Take a big stretch, reaching up overhead, letting your back arch a little bit. And then take your hands back down next to the hips. Turn the palms up. Open the feet out toward the edges of your mat. And let your hips get heavy and the space under your waist here start to drop.
the low-flying helicopter goes away, you can start to sink your weight into the mat and relax into your shavasana. As always, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. And when you're ready to come up, bring your knees into the chest one at a time. Hold on and rock a little bit from side to side to rub your lower back on the mat. And then roll onto one side and press yourself back up to seated. Bring your hands back to heart center. Take a deep inhale and bow toward your fingertips with your exhale, with gratitude for yourself, for your practice, for the intention you chose to guide the practice tonight. And decide how your intention can guide you throughout the rest of your day, the rest of your week, the rest of your pandemic, off of your mat. I thank you very much for sharing your time with me, for sharing your practice with me. The light in my heart salutes and honors the light in yours. Namaste.